Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rod J back again, and this is going to be something a little bit different. I'm taking a look at Flannel Mouse. This is actually a cider from Blake's Hard Cider. Don't really do ciders as much. That's probably one area where I don't usually drink a lot of anything in particular from that style. So ended up picking this up at one of my spots. I figured why not give it a shot. 22-ounce bottle, comes in at 6.5% ABV, and they are out of Michigan. Not really anything else I'm going to really note about the bottle. If you want, I'll put it here. That way you can see any of the writing in case you want to pause and check that out there. But they talk about as 100% Michigan apples that they use here and naturally gluten-free. So we'll see how that actually plays out. I know in the beers I'm not a huge gluten-free fan, but maybe it'll be different here with the cider. And it says Armada, Michigan since 1945. So they've been, 1946. So they've been around for a while. Let's get it open and get it into a glass and see what this one has to offer. Now for this, I'm actually going to use a mug. Look at that. Lots of lively carbonation there, as you can see. Good clarity through to the other side. Pretty good bubble stream in action. It's got a faint, almost like pear type color there. Almost like I want to say a piss yellow, because that's what it kind of reminds me of. But see right through to the other side as far as any aroma. Well, you definitely get some of that apple aroma coming out, but I'm also picking up a little bit of kind of like a breadiness type feel in there. It's almost got like what I would describe kind of as a paint thinner like quality too there on the back end, which is kind of weird. But you are getting some of that sweetness from the apples. I would say kind of familiar to maybe like a Granny Smith type apple, kind of a green apple-ish type feel. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I think of either a paint thinner or model glue on the back end of that aroma. As far as the taste, wow, that's actually pretty refreshing. You definitely get a nice feel for the apple in there. Nice sweetness, very sweet for what you would expect to get for a cider. Not heavy at all, very light bodied. Not overly carbonated, but you do get some of the carbonation action. Nice appeal on the back end, on the finish, where it's leaving a nice flavor of the apples being used here. As you can see, very easily going down the glass without any problem. A good amount of flavor, the duration of that flavor, probably about average or so. It's sticking around for a good amount. Not really forcing me to have to get back in there and drink more to really absorb that flavor, but I kind of like the sweetness of it, that I kind of want to get back in there and drink more of it. A very chuggable cider here. Very smooth, and they do mention on the bottle that this is the smooth version of an apple cider, and I would definitely say that seems to be the case. I'm already down to the final third of the bottle, so going down very easy. As far as texture, no thinness really in there. Gets the taste buds going very nicely. You feel a nice tingling on the tongue, which you will want off of something like this. And I'm feeling the action all around the mouth, so very good mouth coating effect. You get a nice little tingling in the cheeks as well. Very satisfied with this one. So as far as how I like this one here, as far as an appearance, I'm not sure what you're supposed to look for really on a cider. I haven't researched that area, so I'm not going to act like I did. But I think it gives a nice appearance, a nice clarity to it. Very solid. Nothing really disappointing in the appearance there. So I'm actually going to give the appearance on this one a 12 out of 15. As far as the aroma, it comes out very easily. You don't have to sniff really hard. You pick up that apple flavor that you're expecting to get out of it, and it is not overly sweet. Delivers very nice along those lines. So as far as the aroma, I'm going to say a 13 out of 15. As far as the flavor very nice. Sits on the tongue. You're getting everything you want to get off a cider for the initial and in the finish. Duration is very good. If all ciders were like this, I could easily see myself drinking some of these a little bit more. Very decent in that regard. So on the flavor, I'm actually going to give this one a 13 out of 15. And as far as the palate, listen, this baby sits very smooth, as I mentioned, on the tongue. It's not overly dry. It's not overly sweet. It's got a nice feel to it. If it was Goldilocks, it would just be the just right bed. I mean, it sits very, very well there. Got a nice refreshing quality to it. It has your mouth almost asking for more as I drink it down very easily. Like I said, I got to go ahead and take a picture here in a little bit so I don't drink it too much, so I can have some in the glass. On the palate, very palatable. I'm going to give this one here a 13 out of 15 as well. And then overall, I'd have to drink more ciders, but I can't imagine this one being out of too much of a play versus them. I think overall it's got a nice, decent quality to it. So on the big number of the out of 40, I'm actually going to say this one is probably a 37 out of 40 overall. And I think for a cider, this is something I can easily go back and I would drink again. And now I'm kind of kicking myself because I got a good deal on this one. I should have got more, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and total it up and see what we get overall for the quality score here. So on this one here, it comes out to be a total of an 88. Very respectable, very solid, very decent. Definitely one I would say check out if you're a cider fan and you happen to see it. I think you can definitely enjoy this one very nicely. And for your friends or family that don't drink beer, maybe you want to have something like this made available to them as well. So again, this is from Blake's Hard Cider, a smooth 6.5% hard cider that I say definitely check out. That all being said, thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I look forward to catching you guys next time. And keep getting your drink on, your beer on, your cider on, your whiskey on, whatever it may be. I'll talk to you later. Cheers.